Hey, what's going on, everybody? Michael Fireborn here. Today we are talking about cultural appropriation. I brought up this topic today because I'm going through this in my yoga teacher training, and it's a curious topic, not one that I've focused a whole lot of attention on, but I do see how it's significant and how important it is to other people. So I thought that we could talk about it so I could see what your feelings are and express my own feelings on the topic. So the question is, what is cultural appropriation? It is how people feel that one culture or one set of people could take the art or music or the way of living from another culture and use it for their own without paying some kind of respect. And a lot of times one culture will take something from another and maybe even commodify it, make money off of it, make fashion or clothing or music, and it's not necessarily indigenous to one group of people and they've taken it from somewhere else, and so people might feel disrespected. I can understand how somebody would feel upset or disrespected by that. That being said, I'd like to share my personal opinion on this. I feel like there is a better way to approach life in general, and that is by focusing our energy and our consciousness, all of our awareness, on the things that we share in common rather than the things that differentiate or make us different. I feel like we all are on this planet, and the things that we share that are similar are we want to express love. We want to express music. We want to express our culture. We want to communicate with others. We want community. We want to feel good. We want to be happy. All of us can agree that that's something that we all hold close and dear. And how we express that love, how we can receive love and connection from other people is through art and is through music. And so the music and the art, all of that is on the surface level. How one set of people talks, how one set of people express themselves, that's on the surface level. But what's underneath is that need, that desire to want to connect, that need, that desire for community, for bonding experiences. Where we grew up at or where we were born at on the planet is different, but to be so identified with the patch of dirt that you were born on, it's a waste of energy, because the truth is we're all here on this planet together. And so why not look at it like it is the truth, that we all borrow from each other. We all take on the way other people speak. We all take on the way other people act when we're around each other. I know from my own personal experience, I've got friends from Boston. When I hang out with my friends from Boston, I start talking a little bit different. It's just a natural proclivity of being a human being. You acclimate to the people around you because you want to feel closer connected. Now we live in a time where we have so much access to information, and we are so influenced by people and cultures from all around the world now, instead of just the people that live on the next county or the next state over. We have access to everybody. And so for whatever reason, if I watch a YouTube video and I have an affinity for this Indian prayer that I just saw, and it's just so beautiful, and I want to learn this chant, I want to learn this mantra, and I don't really know the meaning of it, but it speaks to me, it's beautiful, and I want to sing it. For someone in India, or any other place for that matter, I'm not singling out any, but for someone to get offended or upset because somebody took something from their culture or from their way of living, and now they're trying to express it, I mean, you can get upset about it if you want, but I think that your energy and the direction of your consciousness and your awareness would be much better spent maybe focusing it on yourself and how you can improve yourself. How can you make the world a better place? How can you be a better listener? How can you be a better friend, a parent, a daughter, a son, rather than worrying about if somebody is expressing your culture in the right way? Why not choose to be happy for that person? They found something that they obviously couldn't find in their own hometown or their own family or their own culture, but they found it in yours because it's beautiful. even if they commodified it and are making clothing out of it or making music out of it and they're making money. Good for them. Good for them. You know, as long as no one's getting hurt or there's no violence being propagated on somebody else, let people live their lives, you know? I mean, and I'm speaking as a black man born in the United States who's been completely cut off from his heritage and his ancestry and his culture. I have no idea what tribe I came from. I don't know what language my people spoke, but I am connected to black people, black African Americans here in the United States. And over the past century, we have created an amazing culture, a culture that has been exported all around the world as hip hop, as soul. And our influence as black Americans has influenced so much music, so much art. And I have seen people get upset, you know, talk about Elvis and he stole this from the black people and, you know, other country singers. And like, who cares? Imitation is the highest form of flattery, you know? And I choose to be excited for this other person, even if they're doing it wrong, even if they look silly. You know, good for them. They obviously found something in black culture that gets them excited, that gets them wanting to express themselves. What's the harm in that? What I'm saying is there's so many other things to be worrying about in this world than if somebody, you know, wants to wear mala beads or learn a chant or a song from another language and they don't know the meaning of it. Throughout the course of every day, we have 24 hours. And in those 24 hours, it's very important that we pay attention to how we spend our energy, how we spend our time, where our consciousness is going. And so rather than be on social media and on Twitter, having a Twitter battle and wasting an hour or 2 hours of our day arguing about if people aren't paying the proper respects to Hawaiian people for saying the Opo'ono prayer, I'd rather be worried about what's going on right here at home. You know, they say, you know, if we want to make the world a better place, we got to keep our own house in order. Before we end, I just want to say, obviously, there needs to be some level of respect to other cultures when we borrow music, when we borrow art, when we, you know, borrow someone else's culture. Obviously, we've got to be respectful. But even if somebody isn't respectful, even if they didn't ask permission, even if they're not saying it and doing it wrong and don't understand the real meaning, there is absolutely zero reason why anybody should be upset or take on the energy of anger because somebody else is doing it wrong or they're not doing what you think they need to do in order to be expressing your culture. You have a choice and you can choose to be happy and excited for that person. You can choose to say, hey, give them a little nudge. Maybe you might want to say it this pronunciation, or did you know the meaning of it means this? Be excited about it. Be curious. Be an educator. Be a teacher rather than a curmudgeon, rather than somebody that's complaining and not doing anything about it and being negative. Be proactive. Be positive. All right, you guys, so let me know how you feel in the comments, like the video, and say hi. As we end here, I just want to let you know that I am right here with you. May all beings everywhere do the best they can to appreciate all cultures from all walks of life and express them in the best way they know how and do it in humility. May all beings everywhere take time every day for yoga meditation. Peace.